Well, hello again, my parts of speech friends. Um, Today we are going to continue our journey on different types of nouns. Today we're going to talk about singular nouns, plural nouns, and possessive nouns. But before we get started, let's do a quick review on what is a noun. So think to yourself, what is a noun? Well, a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. So it's a word that's a person, place, thing, or idea. So we're going to build on that definition. Last time we learned the difference between abstract and concrete nouns. Now we're going to take a look at singular, plural, and possessive nouns. So a singular noun names one person, place, thing, or idea. One way to help me remember is I think about the word baseball. And in baseball, if you hit a single, you make it to first base. Okay, so just like a singular noun is one. Okay, in baseball, a single is you progress one base. Now that's a little different than plural noun. Plural noun is going to name more than one person, place, thing, or idea. Okay, instead of having a ball, one ball, we have many balls. Possessive noun. Possessive noun is a little different. If you think of if you got caught by the police and you were in possession, okay, you have something, okay, probably something you shouldn't have if the police are coming after you. But possession shows, or is a noun that shows ownership, something that somebody owns. So this noun owns something. We'll go into it. It'll make more sense. Just stick with me. Get these notes in. And here we go. So there's a reason why we talk about plural and possessive nouns together. Okay, so if you think of, let's take the word car. Oops, let's go over here. Okay, car. I have one car. Okay, in order to make that plural, okay, many of you guys have already learned that all we have to do is add an S. Okay, at this point we have more, oh, I ran off here, more than one. Okay, but if we're going to make it possessive, like the car's headlights, okay, the way that we do that is we add an apostrophe S. So the reason why we talk about these together is because of these little S's. Okay, and we need to be careful with that S because if we do it one way without the apostrophe, it makes the noun plural. When we add that apostrophe is key for making it possessive. So for you math people, I have a little formula down here. Okay, a plural noun is you're going to take the noun and you're going to add an S or an ES. And there are some rules about when you add each of these, which we will talk about, or I have a little map for you in a minute. Okay, for possessive nouns, for you math people, you are going to take your noun and you're going to add an apostrophe S or just an apostrophe. Okay, and that will make sense in a minute, or will make more sense in a minute when I explain when you use either one of these. So hang in there with me. Here we go. So here's some examples. Let's take the word girl. Okay, so think a second. Over here, think about how can we make that plural? How can we make that possessive? And how can we make that plural possessive? Let's see if you got it right. Okay, so we have the singular name or a singular noun, girl. We add an S to make it plural. But if we want to show that the girl owns something, we need to add that apostrophe S. That tells the reader that it's showing ownership. Now, if you see here, we just shifted where we put the apostrophe. So for this is plural form of girl. Okay, but if we want to make it plural possessive, all we do is at the end add the apostrophe. We don't add an apostrophe s. We only add an apostrophe s if it's singular. That might not quite make sense, so let's do another one. Okay, this one is a little different because we know that some words in the English language, yes, I know the English language is a confusing language. When we make the word child into a plural noun, the whole word changes. Okay, so for some of our words in the English language, we have exceptions to the rules that we need to be careful. And you guys have probably used this word enough to know that when we change child to plural, it becomes children. So to make it plural, we have to change the whole word. Now, in this one, what I'm doing here is I'm keeping it singular form, plus I'm adding that apostrophe s. What does that apostrophe s mean? That tells us possession. So like the child's bottle. It shows us that the child owns the bottle. Now, if we were talking about more than one child, we could say the children's bottles. Okay, so now there's multiple children, okay, more than one, owning the bottles. All right, let's do one more example. The sky. Now I picked this for a reason because also there's an exception when we have a y at the end when we're making it plural. So let's see if you can get it here. So think to yourself, how can I take sky and make it plural? Then think, how can I make sky possessive, singular form, possessive? Then think, well, how can I make it plural possessive? All right, let's see how you did. My lines are a little messed up. Let me fix that a sec. There we go. All right, so take a look at this. So right here, the Y changed to an I, and we add that ES. So sky becomes skies, more than one. Here we still have that singular form of sky, one sky. Okay, but the sky owns something. Okay, so we add that. Remember that formula. Noun plus apostrophe s, probably add another one, equals that possessive noun. Now in this one, we are taking the plural form, okay? And then we just add that apostrophe at the end. So the apostrophe, you need to remember this apostrophe for when we make things possessive. All right, like I said, English is a confusing language. So for most nouns, all you have to do is add an S to make it plural. Okay, here are some examples. Books, books. Cup, cups. However, when we have a noun that ends in a CH, an SH, an S, an X, or a Z, okay, and if you do those sounds in your head, those sounds sound a lot like the S sound. So then it's hard to hear if we make it plural just by adding an S. So that is the reason why we add an ES. It helps you hear if the word is singular, like box, you can kind of hear it has that S at the end. To boxes, okay, adding that E kind of separates the S from the other S sound. Bus to buses, prize to prizes. All right, the next rule that you want to be careful of is most nouns that end in a vowel and a Y. So vowel, that's our A, O, U, I, E. And a Y, so like right here, boy, there's a B, and, whoops, sorry, a B and a Y. So you got your vowel Y. Okay, you have a Y. So these are all and a vowel followed by a Y. You don't have to worry about changing the Y. You just add an S. However, if you have a consonant, so consonant is all the other letters other than these vowels. Okay, so like right here, B is a consonant, then Y. Okay, so in this instance, we need to change the Y to an I and add the ES. Okay, so here are some other ones. And then there's some other ones that you need to be careful. I will let you read those on your own. If you have any questions, these are not as frequent, but we definitely do see them. So if you have questions, please let me know and I can explain those further. You also will have a note section that explains these. So feel free to use these notes until you get better at using plural nouns. All right, so there are some exceptions to the rules, more exceptions. Certain English words change a vowel sound when they become plural. These include goose, geese, man, men, mouse, mice, tooth, teeth. Another note is that some nouns don't change at all when they become plural. These include deer, fish, sheep, and species. Okay, got to keep it difficult because if we had one simple rule for everything, that would be way too easy. We want to challenge you. And then the last rule, there are a few nouns have plural or a few nouns have plural forms that are left from the Old English. These include children and children. Okay, that's the one I used as an example earlier. Another example is ox and oxen. Once again, thank you for listening, and please don't hesitate to rewatch it until you get it, or please let me know if there's something that doesn't make sense so I can explain it further.